guys are going to love this next talk because she's so passionate about her project. Please welcome Lainey Daum to the stage with Being the Other Person.
Thank you. I didn't change my work. Let me adjust. Alright, so how many of us have ever seen a stray cat? Alright, so most of us. I want you to try to imagine 10 more. Then 20 more, 30, 40, you get the point. I'm going to jump straight into this. The US is home to over 70 million homeless cats. That's about 7 times the population of our entire state. Cats are listed among the world's 100 most invasive species. So how did we get here? First, a little background. There are 2 kinds of homeless cats, ferals and strays. Strays are likely to come up to you begging for food or attention, while ferals are wild and want nothing to do with you whatsoever. Both kinds of cats, however, multiply exponentially. Watch this. We start with 1 cat, that's generation 1. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's just from 1 cat and her offspring in about a year and a half. And that's how we got to where we are, the top 100. And it's not something to be proud of, but it's what happens when we allow these cats to go unchecked for as long as we have. So maybe you're not a cat lover like me. Why should you care? Cats aren't the only ones suffering. They're ruining habitats, causing extinctions, disturbing local communities, and overwhelming shelters. Mix that one up, it's fine. This year, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I was tired of seeing these cats suffering and not doing anything about it. Enter Project Happy Paws, a one-woman rescue and education project. Excuse me. There's so many ways to help this growing population, and yet we all sit back and say, someone else will do it. Or, there are too many people already doing that. Or, my personal least favorite, I can't make a big difference, so why try? So I created Happy Paws to educate others on the steps they can take to help this population and to be that somebody else, be that other person. Happy Paws' first project was a little donation drive I called Christmas Paws. It was around Christmas time, so the title was appropriate then. It took just a couple of days to set up, and it practically ran itself. In the end, we had about 2 boxes full of donations for the Humane Society of Charlotte, and that was an amazing feeling, being able to collect the items these animals needed the most. The next project, however, I didn't have time to think about, kind of just had to hit the ground running, and it jumped straight into what Project Happy Paws is all about, rescue. So I want you to meet a friend of mine who's very near and dear to my heart, Muffin. Muffin lives on a rural property near my home, and I first met her in July 2017, visiting family and friends. At the time, she had a litter of kittens just old enough to find their new homes. So obviously, I didn't think about it. Kittens are cute. The end. Bye. However, when I went back mid-December, I found a skinny, frail, injured cat with puncture wounds in her side, seeping and nasty. She was friendly as could be, but she was injured, and she was mothering 5 new kittens. So I set up a GoFundMe. I couldn't leave these guys alone, and after a week or 2, I had enough donations to start the rescue process. So the process I talk about is called TNR. TNR is the most humane and effective way we have to control feral cat populations. So how do you do it? First, TNR, T stands for trap. I borrowed traps from my local Humane Society at a low cost that allows them to replace these traps should I decide to steal them, destroy them, or otherwise. I borrowed these traps, went out and set them in freezing cold weather. And when I checked the traps later, there sat Muffin and one of her very angry kittens. N stands for neuter. The morning after Muffin and her kitten were trapped, they headed to a low-cost spay and neuter clinic specifically for feral cats. Excuse me. Specifically for feral cats. Standard procedure is for the trapper to keep these cats overnight after surgery while they're unable to regulate their body temperature. And finally, R stands for release. Muffin, after some recuperation, was able to go back to her home, and her people were very happy to see her back and not pregnant. Can you imagine that one, right? one of her kittens, Donut, was adopted by our very own Mr. and Mrs. Smith, principal and English teacher here at Charter, and I hear he's doing amazing. Project Happy Paws has become so much more than just a school project, and it's getting better all the time. I'm so happy to have made this amazing journey, and it's only just beginning. We all have a role in rescue. It's just about getting out there and picking one. If you'd like more information about Project Happy Paws, the information's up here. And I was gonna bring my cards, but I didn't, so that's that. So what do you say? If I can save 8 cats in 4 months, what could we all do together? Thank you.